this isn't live? I'll do it myself. What's up, boys? Max here. Welcome to your newest news show, which I have no name for. Leave some suggestions in the comment section below. Top stories today. Viral videos show that if you throw a pair of Vans, they always land upright. We will be investigating this on the R. Shamima Begum's Dutch husband has called for her to come back and live with him in Holland. We find out what this man has to say, and we cover the British public's reaction to this news. And the main story of this evening, fresh allegations have been released of Michael Jackson and his relationship with children. We'll be covering this extensively later in the show, and we'll be telling you why we think that Michael Jackson is in fact innocent of these allegations. I'm your host Max, and for all you sports fans out there, we're not leaving you guys out. Later in the show, we'll be covering the European Hockey League.
Ugye törnek rá a kapura. Ami nagyon fontos, az azért helyzete van. Ugye próbálja ez a játékos, ugye a kapus zárni, ugye ezt a szöget. Látszik az, hogy nagyon kell figyelni arra, hogy hogyan fogja tudni ezt megoldani. De látszik az, hogy ugye megijed a játékosunk, pedig rengeteg lehetősége lenne. Lőhette volna ide fölfelé, ide is, befelé is mehetett volna. Tehát számos szituáció.
More on that later in the evening. But the first story of tonight is the viral trend. Do Vans always land upright when they are thrown? Now, we did want to put this to the test ourselves, but unfortunately, nobody at the office actually owns any Vans because, let's be honest, no self-respecting person has owned any Vans since 2014. So instead, we've drafted in our good friend of the show, Reeve HD's girlfriend, to test it out on hers. So, there you have it. We can confirm, just like the Momo Challenge, this is a hoax. Our next story tonight is Shamima Begum, the exiled British ISIS member that wants to come home. Her husband thinks that she should come back to Denmark with him. This was the British public's reaction to that news tonight. What an absolute legend you are, son. Let's see what the Dutchman had to say for himself.
Nice kid. That you're the last person they would expect to become an armed extremist. So what went wrong for you?
Basically, I got brainwashed.
Brainwashed? Brainwashed? Let me show you guys what brainwashed is.
Yeah. 6-0.
6-0.
6-3 against Manchester City.
Yes.
And also 5-1 against Liverpool.
Yeah. At the moment, yeah.
What is that showing us? Is that showing us that we're miles off? Are we miles off?
Absolutely not.
The trouble with Ty, he's deluded.
You're deluded.
He's brainwashed by this.
You're brainwashed by talk sport.
Okay? Brainwashed is when your football team loses 6-0 and you still try and defend them. That's brainwashed. Brainwashed is not going out into Syria and joining freaking ISIS.
Them proclaiming to be something that they're not. Claiming to be an organization that helps people, that provides, that supports the people in Syria and helps them and creates a livable situation for them. But the opposite turned out to be true.
He claims he joined ISIS because he wanted to join an organization that would support people in Syria, that would help them, and help them create a livable environment in Syria. So he joins ISIS. The organization which is currently beheading people on the streets. If you wanted to join an organization that would help the people in Syria, how about you join one of these charities? Save the Children, Islamic Relief, or maybe even the White Helmets. All organizations of volunteers on the ground in Syria actually trying to make it a more livable environment for the Syrians.
So it was acceptable for you to marry a 15-year-old girl?
It was her own choice. She was the one who asked.
Well, I mean, he has a point. You know, the child asked him to marry her. So it must be okay. Let's see what Shamima herself has to say about all this.
What are your feelings about that?
I'm sorry to hear that your grandma passed away. I actually am. Like, obviously, I'm gonna be upset about that, yeah. And Adika, you know, the only thing is, no one can force me to be a mate or anything, yeah. And I don't want to be mates with you.
Now, guys, on to the main story of this evening. Michael Jackson has been accused of molesting 2 boys on the Neverland ranch. We will get into more detail about the allegations, but first of all, we have Jerry in the studio, an expert in children's rights. So Jerry, what do you think is the biggest question looming over these allegations?
Question is, how do democracies respond to those scandals?
Okay, and do you think that the I think your kids have just entered the room, Jerry, but do you think that the Jackson family will settle this outside of court like they have previously?
I would be surprised if they do. Pardon me. My apologies.
We seem to have lost Jerry there, ladies and gentlemen, but we will be continuing on with the show and telling you guys why we think Michael Jackson is innocent of these charges, and we will also be breaking down what exactly he is being accused of. All of this after the break. We off air? Cool. Yo, Tony, yeah? So, it's just this thing I seen last night. I was doing some research for the Michael Jackson segment, yeah, and I was searching up Michael Jackson sound effects, and I came across this video. Let me know what you think this sounds like.
Yeah.
Definitely sounds like he was up to some sexual stuff to me.
Mate, what are you talking about? It just sounds like he's having a fight, you fucking creep.
Really? Oh, yeah, yeah, I suppose it does sound like that, actually. Anyway, and we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Right, it's time to get serious. It's time to get serious about defending Michael Jackson. Now, there is people on both sides. Some people think he is innocent. Some people think he is guilty, right? I don't know if he is guilty or if he is innocent. I just think that he is innocent. However, people on Twitter, people in YouTube comments, it's like the people that think he's innocent, oh, they know he's innocent. And the people that think he's guilty are having to go with the people that think he's innocent, like, no, he's guilty, you prick. Nobody knows. So let's have a reasonable discussion about why I think he is innocent. If you want to tell me why you think he's guilty, civilly in the comment section below, please do. Now, my main problem with this whole story is, essentially, guys, if you don't know what's happening, Michael Jackson used to hang out with kids. He used to have like a little boy kid friend for like a year, and he would constantly have new kids that he was friends with. He'd bring them over to the Neverland ranch and have parties and hang out and have sleepovers. Now, that sounds creepy. That is fucked up. Absolutely, I don't deny this. However, bear in mind that Michael Jackson was abused as a kid. His dad was a prick. Used to say he had a terrible nose. That's why he's got a nose job. He had no childhood. So Michael Jackson was missing out in the childhood, and that's why he liked hanging out with children, supposedly. But anyway, so he's hanged out with many, many children, all of which have said that he had never touched them. Now, in the early 1990s, there was a case of one of the boys saying that he sexually molested him. Now, Michael Jackson claimed that that was the father looking for money, and then they settled it outside of court, so basically Michael Jackson paid them off. Now, you're probably thinking, why would Michael Jackson pay them off? He must be guilty. No, it's a lot cheaper to do that and less hassle, and if your son got molested, I don't think any price could buy them off. That proves my point that I think they're looking for money. Anyway, 10 years later, he then gets accused by another child in the early 2000s, and he was found innocent on all counts, okay? Found innocent. And who was the first guy to come in and defend him in court? Wade Robson, who is now the guy that's coming out saying that Michael Jackson, is guilty. Now, why am I suspicious of this? Wade Johnson, on 2 occasions on both trials, one as a child, one as an adult, adamantly defended Michael Jackson. Now, on the second case, Wade Robson was 21 years old. He was the choreographer for NSYNC, who is Justin Timberlake's band, and Britney Spears. He was doing really well for himself. He was making loads of money. Wade Robson is no longer doing really well. He's no longer got all these top acts. His career has went down the pan. What am I insinuating? Now, maybe that Michael Jackson payoff would actually be quite useful. So I don't believe it. This guy has had two opportunities to come out and tell the truth. One being a fully grown adult, and only now is it a problem? And all the other kids, Macaulay Culkin, so many other kids, have said Michael Jackson did not touch them. Now, All I'll say is, from my experience of reading and watching news stories about pedophiles and predators, they don't tend to have much self-control. So if they're in a private environment with one kid and they abuse them, they probably try it with them all. Okay? So anyway, guys, yeah, we ended on a serious note there. Michael Jackson, in my opinion, is innocent. Let me know in the comments if you disagree. Also, guys, I hope you like this new news show. If you like it, guys, please, I need everyone to drop a like that's still watching, please. Alright, I want this to be a regular show. If you want this to be a regular show, you need to drop a like and give it some support. Alright, give me some name suggestions for the show title in the comment section below as well. And yeah, it's just kind of like a comedy but serious news show. So, I don't know. I'm just playing around. Let me know if you like it, boys. Peace out, boys! That was a really weird outro. I don't know why. I don't know why I just behaved like that. What was that? That was so strange. Anyway, guys, goodbye.